Let's watch this opening together.
Long ago, in the castle of a kingdom called Daventry.
Let me know volumes. Okay.
Alexander, here you are. Oh, you're still not thinking about Cosima, are you?
I suppose I am.
Son, it's been months.
Where is your face,
You've
Mother?
got to pull yourself together. After all, you only met her that once.
I know.
Have you discovered anything about the land of the Green Isles?
No. No one's even heard of it. It's like she's just vanished.
I wish I could help. Please try to think
But
about
my
something
belt's
else
on
than-
fire.
I'll try, Mother.
His butt looks like it's floating a little bit there. I wish I had a chair.
Alexander, I feel so alone. I don't know what to do. Alexander, I wish you were here. Alexander, Alexander.
She has demon eyes, or is that some
Cosima,
weird graphic?
wait! Mother! Mother, come quick!
Alexander, what on earth?
Well, didn't you hear it?
It's
You're
a
right there.
ghost.
Mother, I saw Cosima. She was in the mirror.
In the mirror? The magic mirror?
Yes!
Let me call the
Show
doctor,
me how to
Alexander.
find her.
How?
The stars! I saw the stars outside her window.
And the
I can
green
navigate by the
sky.
stars.
Oh, Alexander, if you really go,
It will be all right, Mother. I promise.
Okay. He's a prince. He can do whatever he wants. Guys, look at that early 90s water. PlayStation 5. Got nothing on it. Someone threw them like a paper airplane, apparently. That's how birds work. There they go. You sound rather like monkeys. Thanks, Shadowhog, for 31.
Fun fact, the floppy version of this has completely different actors for this intro. And they're much, much flatter.
I think they're great, Shadowhog. Thanks for that. Tier 2, by the way.
3 long months, Prince Alexander
Sir
sailed
Whiteback?
the known seas and beyond.
Oh boy, I can't wait for
He's
this
looking through
true
it the wrong
quest
way.
of kings.
Aye, aye! So, stars? I thought...
Land ho! Land ho!
Fuzzy land ho!
Land ho!
Low poly land ahead! Ahoy! Whatever. Volume good?
As the ship nears the shore, day turns to night and the sea
South fast.
turns violent.
It's not that violent. That was modestly violent. A little loud? Alright. Oops. Just in a bit. Does that sound better? Okay, King's Quest V. I forget, is it good to skip now? Or do you actually want to see the pre-game credits? Or do you guys really care about this? Okay. Where's my mouse cursor? Oh, wait.
Alexander awakens to find himself on an unfamiliar beach. For a moment, he is too dazed to remember how he got here. Then, he does remember. The shipwreck. The sea. Just as he had seen his men safely into the lifeboats, a gigantic wave picked him up and tossed him overboard into the churning sea.
Yeah, I'm sure he helped. Thanks, Matt, for the 9
That
Which
was the
quest
last he'd
here
seen
today,
of his crew.
sub tomorrow.
Debris from the shipwreck is scattered along the shore, but of the lifeboats and his men, there is thankfully no trace.
Thankfully, they probably
He
drowned.
can only hope and pray
Soup du
that
jour, thanks for the
lifeboats
23 months.
survived the currents, and that his men made their way safely
Soup du
back to
jour X out
Daventry.
his magic subscription.
Alexander, that's some pie in the sky thinking there, buddy. Anyway, let's do this.
The ocean is not as calm as it appears. Underwater currents tug at Alexander's legs.
Thanks, Stardust, man.
There's actually a pre-credits scene where Nick Fury brings Alexander to shore and recruits him into the Thunderbolts.
And then when he joins, this happens,
Underwater
right?
tow is amazingly strong here.
Amazingly
It pulls
strong.
ferociously at Alexander's
3
legs.
feet from the beach. Oh, whoops. Accidentally skipped a bit.
The currents around the island pull Alexander under.
Yes. Excellent. Waves are out of control. The water's
struggles to the surface for the third and last time. He finds himself wishing he'd paid more attention to the warning signs of an undertow.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this thing.
Tickets. Oh. Next.
I'm gonna try to make strategic
Nothing
use
like
of the
getting
crown
swept off
cursor.
your feet.
Hey.
Hey, Todd 8 Step. Thanks for following. All right, let's since I didn't save, would restore have even done anything, or would that have been better? I don't know. Hey, welcome to King's Quest 6. Here we go. Hey guys, not to be all 2008 or anything, but of these options, I think let's play. Thank you. Okay. Anyway. Hey, Trunk the Shiny, thank you for the raid. Hello. You're just in time. Let's talk to the boat.
No one remains aboard the broken vessel.
Except the broken remains of their bodies, that is.
Alexander has no need to carry around large rocks.
He's a king. He has servants for
Alexander has no need to
Oh, yeah,
take
this
the
is,
path.
that. Getting acclimated a little bit. Let's talk to the water.
The currents continue to murmur, but they do not reply to Alexander.
Okay. So by the way, okay, so I should establish, so some of you may have seen a video series I participated in a few years ago. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I remember nothing about that, and I've never played this game myself.
Pushes the plank to one side.
There's some
box has been
tiny
partially
details
buried
I
under
kind of
sand.
remember. But do feel free to backseat, because I know there are you forget to get a thing, you get screwed later, etc., etc.
There's nothing of interest in that part of the box.
Hey, narrator, maybe I
Alexander
like
takes
boxes.
the coin and leaves the ruined box where it is.
The box is for poor peasant people. Isn't there... Yeah. Oh, I forgot the most
picks up
important
his
thing of
royal
all.
insignia ring from the beach.
I was doing some testing before this. This is the most important thing you can toggle on in the game. Okay, so let me show you something. So you can have Alexander do this. Or you can have Alexander do this. Which do you guys prefer?
Alexander can see no reason to clamber about on the old tree. He would only scar its bark.
Call back, baby. I should maybe make a modest habit out of doing this. Yes. Just plugging my channel. Whee! Different save slots. Is that necessary, Shadowhog? All right, I'll try to remember. And-
The little hut is empty.
oh, that's a hut. Okay. You know those one-person huts they used to make back in medieval times?
The bushes are probably not hiding anything useful. Besides, they are too prickly to examine closely.
They are?
The bushes are probably not hiding anything. The guards of the castle gate look like efficient
Thanks for the
fighters,
hype trick.
and there are doubtless more of them inside. Alexander decides not to try to force his way in.
Even though he, like, totally could because he's so buff, bro.
Alexander politely addresses the odd-looking guards at the castle doors, hoping to learn more about his predicament.
I guess they are kind of odd-looking
Good
given
day
that
to
they're
you, guards.
dogs.
I was cast upon this island in a storm, and I'm a little confused about my location. Could you tell me what place this is and who lives in this castle?
Hey, what is that you say? A castaway? A likely story. We haven't had any foreigners in this part since Alhazred arrived.
Wolf.
Don't be so rude, Gruff. He's not asking for any secrets.
Yeah.
You're standing on the Isle of the Crown, lad, and this is the Castle of the Crown. The royal family resides here. Rather, what's left of the royal family.
The Isle of the Crown. But tell me, am I anywhere near the land of the Green Isles?
This is the land of the Green Isles. The Isle of the Crown is the main island, foolish boy.
Well, how about naming them not
Then
something
Princess
stupid?
Cassima must live in this very castle.
Aye, the princess is indeed our treasure jewel to guard, and we consider it an honor.
Could I get in for a Scooby
Excuse
snack?
me, guardsmen. Guard dogs. I've been traveling for months to see Princess Cassima. I would like an audience, please.
I'm sorry, but the princess is not receiving visitors, particularly
Everybody on Twitch
not
wants one of those.
strangers.
But what if I gave you money?
Excuse me, but I have this coin of Daventry. Perhaps you would be interested in it.
Step back. We're not interested in your petty treasures, stranger. Only authorized persons are allowed into the castle, and we'll not be bribed by the likes of you.
Unless you bury it and point it out to us, and then we'll feel compelled to dig it up.
Hey.
Hey, Jeffrey, 2132, thanks for following. Oops. This thing?
There's no reason to use that there. Alexander decides to show his royal insignia ring to the Castle of the Crown guards. With all of his papers lost in the shipwreck, it is the only possible calling card he can think of.
Good day. I'm Prince Alexander of Daventry. I'm in
I
a
already
place
said
with
this,
Princess
but-
Cassima. If you could just inform her that I'm here, please.
So everyone says.
They
Let me
do?
just look at that ring.
What does it say, Gruff?
Kingdom of
Gruff the guard
Daventry,
dog.
Prince Alexander.
Solves crimes on
Wait
its own.
here while I go see what Captain Saladin thinks of this.
The guard returns a
Oh, yeah, this is
moment
the
later
Lassie
with a
character.
majestic-looking creature. Captain Saladin speaks with a voice that is gentle, but reflects a will of iron.
Like so.
Prince Alexander of Daventry, I presume. I'm afraid I'm unfamiliar with your country, but I'm sure Wazir Alhazred will want to meet you, if indeed you are a friend of the princess.
This guy has a will of
Please
iron.
follow me.
Incredible. That majestic walk, though.
Lord Alhazred, a visitor to see you. Prince Alexander of Daventry.
I'm ready to cut his head off whenever you want.
What is it that you seek, Prince Alexander?
Pardon the intrusion, my lord, but I came to see Princess Cassima. Some months ago, my father, King Graham, saved my family
Hey, everybody.
from imprisonment under an evil wizard named Mordak.
I help too.
The same wizard that kidnapped the princess?
Exactly. When my father rescued us, he also liberated Cassima and sent her home.
You may have played the game
Then
King's
your
Quest
father has
V.
my gratitude, and that of the entire kingdom. But I'm afraid I still fail to see the purpose of your visit.
I heard a voice in a mirror and I came here.
I came to make sure that Cassima arrived safely and to pay my respects. Before we parted, she gave me an invitation to visit.
I have no doubt she did exactly that.
Our
at the
moderator in
time,
the
Prince
middle.
Alexander. However, things have greatly changed for Cassima since her ordeal in Mordak's castle. Cassima's parents both became ill and died while she was gone. Cassima is sequestered in mourning for them as befits a princess.
Oh, okay.
She is not receiving visitors of any kind. Even if she were, I do not think your visit would be appropriate. You see, it is time for Cassima to take her responsibilities seriously.
No
With her
hanky-panky.
parents gone, she no longer has the luxury to be a carefree maiden. As was her parents' wish, Cassima and I are to be wed. We shall rule the kingdom together. I assure you, our marriage is all Cassima wants now. As a prince and a gentleman, it would be best that you leave before there is any further embarrassment.
I see.
You are going to
I
piss your
suppose that
pants,
I was
yes?
mistaken. I thought for certain that Cassima... Well, I apologize.
All right, that's King's Quest VI.
A
That's
young
the whole
man
game, I think.
sees what he wishes to see. I'm sorry you've wasted your time traveling to the land of the Green Isles. May your journey home be swift.
Oh, have you seen like my
Perhaps I will
countryman
take
ship?
the opportunity
yeah.
to look around your fair land
cares?
while I'm here.
I would advise against that. The kingdom is rather, shall we say, inhospitable these days. But it is your neck. You may risk it if you please. Captain Saladin will escort you from the castle. Good day.
I'm here too.
You have had your hearing with Wizir Al-Hazred. I trust you'll respect his wishes and not return. I have
should
been
be like us and be
instructed
good
not
doggies.
to let you into the castle again. Good day, my lord.
Captain Saladin whispers something to the guard dogs at the castle gate.
Who's a
They
good boy?
nod
Who's a
with
good boy? Who's a good
understanding.
boy? Who's a good boy?
Alexander has a feeling they won't be letting him into the castle again.
Oh yeah.
We are under orders not to let you anywhere near the castle, Prince Alexander. Be gone!
And let us sniff each other's butts. Come on. All right. Can you die doing any sequence of? I don't think you can. Alexander, please. Please leave. Alexander. Ladies and gentlemen, the Walk of Kings. All right, that's good. Good bit.
The old man, like most peddlers, is not interested in Alexander's empty hand.
What if I let him smell my finger, though? Any?
The old man.
Okay.
An old beggar is peddling his wares in the village. He offers a variety of lamps, all neatly lined up on a
Oh,
long
that's
pole.
what those are. Yeah. I can see that. Those are obviously lamps.
Good day, peddler.
Good day, sir. If you would like to get one of my fine new lamps, I'll need an old lamp in trade.
Isn't it a rather bad business? Taking old lamps and giving new lamps in exchange?
Is it your entire livelihood bullshit, sir?
Always a chance that I'll
Digital
find a
Basic, thanks for the
genie.
13.
If I had a genie, I'd
Lots
be
and
richer
lots
than
of
a
lamps.
king. Besides, there's always a roaring business in antique luminaries.
I mean, obviously, look around. Booming.
Alexander will have to deal with the lamp seller if he wants to obtain one of those new lamps.
I'm sure that's not of any consequence in this particular story. Let's visit
Hello? Is anyone here?
No one answers Alexander's shouted greeting.
Right in
Perhaps he
front
should
of the
find
guy.
someone specific.
Hello, Annie. Rude Prince. All right, let's go into the Paul Shoppy.
Good day.
Howdy. All right, we gotta look at this absolute
The
unit here.
stuffed bear probably has stuffed fleas. Alexander decides to keep his distance.
Narrator, that makes no sense at all.
Rat-a-tat-tat. The Man of Steel is stumped for an answer. The world-famous talking bear has been sulking ever since his abduction from a small mountain community in California. He refuses to discuss real estate.
Even though it's free? Free real estate.
If Alexander wants anything from the pawn shop, he'll have to first give the pawn shop owner something in trade.
You know, there's some real synergy between this guy and Lamp Guy outside. We should really hook them up, just saying.
If Alex...
I guess we just chat.
Good day, merchant. What can you tell me about the land of the Green Isles?
I can tell you she is in a dark time. Without the ferry, communication between the islands has ground to a halt, and so nearly has my business. Why the long ages of peace have ended, and why the crown has not done something about it is beyond me. But then, I am a shopkeeper, not a politician, and can only hope for better days.
How bide you, good merchant?
Quite well, though...
Hey, Chad, how bide you?
Me any.
Purchase, huh?
I have this copper coin. Is it of any value to you at all?
He's a
Most
terrible
interesting.
negotiator.
I have
Is
never
this worth
seen a
anything?
Battersea coin before, but it is copper genuine enough. I might even find a buyer who is interested in foreign currency. The items on the front counter are the only things in the store that I can let go for the price of 1 copper. You may make your choice from there.
Alexander looks at the items on the counter to make his selection.
Can I? Probably. Oh, I can't save here. Okay. I'll defer to chat here. What do I want? Do I want that, the flute, the brush, or this shit? Oh, we can eyeball it.
I see you have noticed my mechanical nightingale. She is made of plain tin, but she sings the sweetest song you can imagine, barely distinguishable from the real thing.
I carved it with my goatee.
The flute is only made of plain wood, but its notes are fine and true.
What does that mean?
Ah, yes, the painter's brush. It was well used by one of the island's best painters. There's a lot of creativity in that brush, and its bristles are still in good condition.
Hear that, struggling artists? If you're having trouble, find a brush that is enhanced with creativity.
Have you an interest in
Easy.
tinder boxes? This one is
That's how I drew
only
Stinky Akuma.
slightly battered. It holds a good supply of flint, a sturdy striking pad, and even a candle in case you find yourself with naught else to hold the flame.
So it sounded like people were saying I should take the Nightingale?
That mechanical nightingale looks intriguing. I believe I'll take it.
Why did I come to this island again?
Very well. Your coin is well spent. Remember, this is a pawn shop. I am always willing to take back my own goods in trade.
I'll remember.
My business is failing.
Thank you.
Oh, so you can do take backsies. Make a mistake. I don't think lost anything there, so okay.
The counter feels as smooth as stone.
Or wood.
The pawn shop owner doesn't look like a man to be tussled with. The curiosities business is just dangerous enough to require one to develop one's boxing skills.
Okay. All right. Is that?
The counter feels as smooth.
Or wait, what's that?
Alexander takes a mint.
I wish I had a mint right now.
How bide you, good?
Quite.
All right. That seems good. This is just regular old King's Quest 6, no twist. I am revisiting an oldie but a goodie. And I've actually never played...
Old lamps for new. Old lamps for new.
Hey.
Played the game myself. Dead cows don't moo. First of all, that's a great fact, and appreciate the follow. Is there a King's Quest randomizer? I would not be surprised. It's rando for everything nowadays.
Hello. I will be right up.
Or my associate Death will help you.
Now, what can I do for you?
All right, what's up with this guy?
For some inexplicable reason, Alexander feels compelled to avoid this hooded old man.
Well, you're like browsing Barnes & Noble or whatever, you see a guy dressed like this, you don't have a good chat about fine lit? Don't be judgy, guys.
Alexander is a little old for those children's books.
Chad, aren't you a bit old to be watching King's Quest 6?
Alexander sees nothing of interest there.
Diss against books, wow.
Alexander is not interested in those self-help books.
All of them are?
Thinking of Cosima, Alexander decides to leaf through one of the volumes of love poetry. He reads, "Thy hair, thy lips, thy beauteous face, and all thy studied female grace have won for thee anon a place within this broken breast." Not bad. And another. "Upon the shore the lilies bend, untouched by worldly care, where shadow they her earthly bed, oh, that she were not there." Yikes. And another. "What was it when I looked at you? What power has chained me through and through, and binds my heart with links so tight, I cannot live without the sight of you? What nameless thing has captured me, and made me powerless to flee? What thing is it without a name, that brings my mind e'er back the same to thee? The name of love cannot apply, its commonness does not decry the haunted, hunted, painful cry that my heart makes for you, that e'er my soul eternal makes for you."
A little close to home, that one.
Alexander
The rest were great, though.
returns the love poem book to the shelf. Alexander picks up the fallen page.
Was I supposed to do that to get that?
It's the love poem he particularly liked. It must have fallen out of the poetry book.
I see that old volume has lost another page. You may keep it if you like, sir. I have glued the stubborn thing back in place 2 times already.
My business is
do
failing
rather like
anyway.
it. Thank you, merchant. Good day, sir. I'm a stranger in this land. What can you tell me about the land of the Green Isles?
That is quite a question, young man. Who are you, and what would you have me tell you?
My name is Alexander. I know I'm on the Isle of the Crown, but I'd like to know whatever you can tell me about this island, and if there are other islands nearby.
You are indeed a stranger. Anxious is the man who knows not the customs of the land beneath his feet. This
Let me
island
read
is
you a
called
love
the
poem.
Isle of the Crown, because the royal family's castle is here. Besides the castle, we also have this village, and the docks over to the west. There are at least 3 other islands. The Isle of the Sacred Mountain, the Isle of the Beast, and the Isle of Wonder.
At least 3? Does no one know for certain?
We're all really lazy
This is
here,
no
you see.
ordinary land, Alexander. The land of the Green Isles has always been a place of vague boundaries, as if islands come and go. Legend speaks
Speaking of
a
vague
fourth
boundaries, I'm
island,
hosting a
an
party at
isle
my place later
shrouded in
tonight.
mists. I myself have never seen it.
Bring some
Then,
love
too,
poems.
The land of the Green Isles is said to exist on the boundaries of this world and the next. Even darker places are reputed to be closer here than anywhere else in the world.
That's quite a claim.
Claim, yes.
It's all bullshit.
But probably just local superstition. We who live here on the Isle of the Crown, at least, sleep well enough at night.
Those
It's probably
first three
fine.
islands you mentioned. How might I learn more about them?
Ideally,
Can I
a
find
young
books
man
anywhere,
seeking
perhaps,
such
to-
knowledge would travel to their shores and learn about them firsthand. Meeting the leaders of each place would be helpful, naturally. Unfortunately, the ferry no longer runs between the islands. There has been much political unrest, and it has been too dangerous to travel for years. Perhaps the ferryman can tell you more. He has little enough to do these days, and if you haven't been there already, you might seek an audience at the castle.
Thank you kindly, merchant, for all your good advice.
I'll go to the
Ah,
castle
but
now.
advice is free, Alexander. Making use of it costs much more.
I've patented my advice, you see. Do not fuck me, Alexander.
How much for that book on the counter, merchant?
It is a fine
one?
book, is it not? I obtained it from the estate of the one and only magician this kingdom has ever had. Poofed himself into an aardvark in the end, or so I heard. I never found the spells all that useful myself, but then I lead a boring life.
You know who has time to
tell you
learn
what.
magic?
If you can find another rare book, something a bit more marketable, I might be willing to exchange the spell book for it.
It's a complicated library, man.
How might I obtain that spell book again?
As I said, I would
You
take-
idiot, I just told you.
For some
Good day, sir.
the mysterious old man just ignores Alexander.
I can relate.
Good day, sir.
Alexander
do we leave
sees
anything
nothing
unchecked
of interest
in here?
there.
What is that?
Alexander picks up the book from the small table.
And runs out of the library.
Oh, yes, please, take that book. You have my most humble thanks for doing so, good sir.
What?
Really? Thanks.
Can I have the spell book now?
How might I obtain them?
As I said,
Apparently it's a poo book.
The bookshop owner went to quite a bit of trouble to get rid of that book. Alexander doesn't want to just leave it behind in the shop.
Alexander's a pack rat.
The bookshop owner... Alexander rests his feet for a moment. Alexander picks up and leafs idly through a book called The Changing Role of Court Entertainers Through the Ages.
And? Oh.
Well,
Awkward seating area in the library, by the way. I mean, guys, if you were in a library, would you just sit here and read while patrons just surrounded you? I think so.
the bookshop... The book...
What do I have now? What is that?
Alexander sees no...
Alright, I guess we're done in here?
Alexander's...
Oh, wait, is this?
Alexander cannot reach the young serving girl. She's too far away. The girl is too far away to hold
No,
a
she's not.
conversation with Alexander.
You shouted in the middle of town mere moments ago. Oh.
You
Oh, no.
lazy thing! Get back to work and stay away from those roses! I've told you 1,000,000 times, those flowers are too sweet for the likes of you! You've still got to do the breakfast dishes, make lunch, and clean the stables
Thanks,
yet this
Vanrex.
morning. And get your
Bet
veil
US
back
Graham.
on. No one wants to look at your face.
Yes.
Welcome back to King's
stepmother.
Quest 6. Chat, smile if no one wants to look at your face.
Alexander doesn't want to intrude on private property unless he's been invited.
All right. Can I leave the screen?
There's no reason. The palm trees.
Am I supposed to be able to go? It looks like I should, but I'm not able to click off of it. Alexander pulls out his eminent domain. You have to click right at the edge? Okay. God.
Hey, stranger, come join me. The water is wonderful, and I can show you the way to the next island.
I'm in. No. Alexander was like, yeah! Oops. Hang on, I'm trying to look at you.
A young boy is happily swimming in the sea off the docks.
A pixely face with a line of hair.
Good day. I'm Alexander. What are you doing in the sea?
What does it look like I'm doing? I'm swimming. I mean, come join me. The water's wonderful. I can show you the way to the next island.
I'm completely
What are you
trustworthy.
waiting for? I said I'd show you how to get to the next island, didn't I?
Considering the poor condition of the shore, it looks like the easiest way to get into the water is just to jump off the pier.
Let's do it. With all of his clothes on, of
Currents
course.
grab Alexander. Struggle as he might, he feels himself being pulled out to sea.
Oops. Woo!
Not a very good swimmer, are you?
Help me!
Sorry, I think not.
Tee.
As his head submerges for the third time, Alexander finds himself pondering the wisdom of going out on a limb for a stranger.
Let that be a lesson, chat. Never trust anyone ever.
Tickets. Oh. Next.
Alexander couldn't
Anybody need to
handle
get
those
in there?
currents. That boy must be an unbelievably strong swimmer.
I'm sure that's it. All right.
That's strange. The young boy in the water just disappeared.
He exploded,
Oh, well,
actually.
Perhaps he just dove under the water.
No, he kind of blew up. It's great. All right, let's go.
Alexander has no need for the old boards that make up the gangplank.
You don't know that. Hmm?
That boat is not going anywhere.
Where? Oh, there's that. Almost didn't see the door.
Yeah, what do you want?
I want to point at you.
Alexander feels his pockets carefully to make sure he hasn't lost anything.
Alexander! Jeez.
Alexander searches for a way to reach the black-haired girl whose memory will not escape him.
Go!
The door is closed. There is no one there to talk to at this time.
It's impossible to talk to people through solid objects.
Alexander feels his... Alexander...
I said the ferry's out of business. What do you want to keep bothering me
I'm
for?
trying to advance the story, sir. If you...
The boat. Alexander promises himself. Alexander... There's no...
Go!
Alexander feels his pocket. That...
I said the ferry.
King's Quest VI is a challenging game, let me tell you.
The sail.
Go.
Am I doing something wrong?
Alexander feels his pockets carefully to make sure he hasn't lost.
Okay. Let's get over here. Then knock here. Can we walk away from him and that makes it easier to target him, maybe?
I said the go away.
Thanks, skill, bro. Oh.
Alex. Alexander. Go. Alexa. Oleg.
Help me.
I said the ferry.
Excuse me. My name is Alexander. The owner of the bookshop in the village told me you might be able to help me. I hear you used to run this ferry for the islands. I'd like to talk to you if you have a moment.
You say old Allie sent you? I can't see why. The ferry's not running, you know.
Yeah, why didn't you say that the 5th time you knocked? Come on
I'd just
in.
like to talk to you about the islands if you don't mind.
Well, I guess it'd be all right if Allie sent you. Well, don't just stand there. Come on inside. What is it you wanted to talk about, young man?
Girls!
I'm a visitor to these islands. I'd like to learn what I can about the area.
So you said outside. What is it you want to know?
Well, for
Get to
one
the point,
thing,
Dickwater.
why has the island's only ferry been dry docked?
Huh. It just ain't safe to sail these days. What with the islands feuding and all. Wazir Al-Hazred ordered the ferry closed till things settled down. Me, I don't think she'll ever see water again.
My life
Why
sucks.
are the islands feuding?
You got me. Something about stolen property or some such thing. 'Tis a real shame. Things used to be so friendly.
Then this
You'd think we have
unrest
more
is
political
recent.
awareness,
A
but
few years is all, but it's been long enough.
Perhaps if the ferry were repaired.
This old thing? This ferry's been out of water so long she's no longer even seaworthy. Her boards have dry rot. She'd fall apart at the first taste of seawater.
Now it's just my fuck palace.
This island.
There's only one other way to travel that I know of. A magic map.
Oh.
The owner of the pawn shop can tell you more about that than I can, Alexander.
He'll pull it out for you.
Alexander doesn't want to take the ferryman's lance.
I can exchange it.
Obviously has little enough to offer him comfort. The fire in the stove is out, and it is too warm a day to light it.
I don't know, this place seems rather nice. What's that?
I see you have a rabbit's foot. Has it brought you much luck?
As you can see, my luck's been out for some time now, despite that old charm. Why don't you take it with you? Perhaps giving the darn thing away will bring me good fortune at last. Perhaps
Maybe it'll make your life complete shit.
Tell me more about the ferry.
I remember when I used to ferry Queen Ilaria and Princess Cassima themselves. There was no thought of danger back then. They used to go visiting to care for the needy and to keep up the friendly relations between the islands. I remember their last trip. Things had started getting nasty by then, and when they came back aboard, I gathered that the Queen and the Princess had been received a bit coldly. Princess Cassima was such a pretty thing, and she was terribly upset.
I mean,
"But
she's
who
ugly
was
now,
spreading
but she
these
was.
lies?" she asked the Queen, but the Queen had no answer.
What do you do
Give me
now
more,
that
Lord.
the ferry no longer operates?
Me? I'm out of a job. The job my ancestors
Looks
have
like he's
held
not
for
wearing pants.
generations. I'm the only one trained to avoid the reef and the rocks. But that knowledge does me no good now.
Is there no other boat on the island? One that might be more seaworthy?
Boats
Then
don't
this
last
piece of
long
shit?
on these shoals, as you may have found out if you got here by ship. You can be quite sure that this old ferry is, or was, the only craft on the island.
Tell me more about Princess Cassima.
Ah, such a beautiful child.
Spare
So
no
pure
detail,
of
please.
heart. Why, a contrary thought has never crossed her mind. Her mother was the same. The king and queen. They served the islands, not the other way around.
I hope too.
Always thinking about the people. They are sorely missed.
They're dead, right?
What else can you tell me about the land?
Let's see. The Isle of Wonder's a lovely spot, A bit crazy, mind you. Gotta have a good sense of humor to enjoy a tour there.
What else can you tell me about the land?
The Isle of the Beast is pretty, but unfortunately, you can't get very far onto
A place
the
called
island.
Isle of the Beast has got to be gorgeous. All right, is he looping?
What
now?
else can you...
Okay. Oh, wait.
The chair does not respond.
Okay. That seemed comprehensive to
The
me.
fire in the stove is out. Alexander does...
I guess we leave. Whoop.
Well, I think I'll be going now. Thanks for allowing me into your home.
Posh, not at all.
Would expect Alexander to put home in
Boredom,
quotation.
If you know what I mean.
Please come back, I'm so lonely. We should really introduce him to the swimmy guy, Demon Man out here. So let's do... I want to talk about the magic map now with the pawn shop guy, I believe.
The
Wasn't
currents
a little,
around
like-
the island pull Alexander under. As Alexander struggles to...
I did save.
Tickets. Oh. Next.
Nothing like getting swept off your feet.
You used that one before, narrator. That did save, right? Okay, yeah, got the rabbit's foot. Oh, yep.
Alexander can't reach the house's door.
But wouldn't it be so cool if he could?
The entrance to the house is a time-worn wooden door.
Time worn. That's how you explain your low res.
Alexander is greeted with silence.
Chat, smile if you're usually greeted with silence. Oh boy. It's the hardest part of the game. Right here.
Alexander is standing on a sunny village street. There are open shops to his right, a hard-packed path beneath his feet, and palm trees waving over his head.
Looks kind of soft
To
to
the
me.
north, a key-shaped arch leads to another part of the village.
Key shape's kind of a stretch.
Good day.
You again.
Good day, sir.
The old man just glares at Alexander and does not reply.
That's my usual approach to people as well.
Good day, sir.
The old man... For no apparent reason, Alexander's flesh crawls at the mere thought of touching the old man.
Wow. Okay. Alexander thinks very little of everyone. Did I see something sparkle? Was that the old man?
The stuffed bear probably has stuffed fleas.
You used that one already, narrator.
The pawn shop owner doesn't look like...
Excuse me, merchant, but the ferryman mentioned that you might have a magic map of the land of the Green Isles.
Why, as a matter of fact, I do. I keep it under the counter. It's been gathering dust so long that I nearly forgot about it. It was quite a few years ago, you see. The estate of a wealthy wizard fell into my hands when he died. It was useless magical junk mostly, which reminds me, I've still got some things of his in the back that I need to dump out. Anyway, the magic map was the one true treasure in the lot. The wizard was quite old and feeble and had enchanted the map to aid in traveling. It is said that one need only desire to be on an island depicted on the map to find oneself there.
Wow.
It is a very
Watch out,
valuable
airline
map,
industry.
as you can imagine. Unfortunately, no one is interested in traveling these days. It is far too dangerous.
You're
for
this
the current state of the
coronavirus
kingdom.
thing that's happening to Daventry?
What would you take for the map?
I would normally want something magic in return, but since I am hardly overrun with prospective buyers, I would be willing to take anything of equal value in exchange.
How about this old man? What do I have? Rabbit's foot.
Would you be interested in making a trade for this, merchant?
A rabbit's foot. I do not believe I could use that.
Probably the ring, then.
If Alexander wants to exchange one of his possessions for an item in the pawn shop, he'll have to arrange it with the pawn shop owner first by showing him the object for trade.
That's what I was doing.
Would you be willing to take my family ring in exchange for the magic map?
Daventry, are you a king then?
No, that's my father, King Graham.
Hey, folks.
I'm just Alexander.
Well,
I'm
Prince
just
Alex,
a prince.
she is
Ugh.
a beautiful ring. Are you sure you can part with such a unique family heirloom?
The ring does mean a lot to me. I didn't always have a family, you know. Still,
what?
It is only gold. There are more important things at stake now.
Then you now own a magic map, Prince Alex. I will keep your ring out of sight for a few days. If you find anything else of great value in your
Oh, that's right. He was
travels,
adopted.
you
I
can
forgot
come
that.
back for your ring. I would hate to see it noted down for gold. Ah, and a warning
Speaking
about
of,
that.
I'll be right back.
It will only operate when you are out in the open and within sight of the sea. The limitation has something to do with the teleport spell ingredients. You might try the beach.
Thank you. You are very kind. And I'll remember about the map.
How does the map work?
Suddenly, the old man in the concealing cloak
Suddenly.
sneaks past Alexander, and with a sneaky dart of his hand, steals a mint from the candy jar.
What?
The old man stuffs the mint into his mouth and wobbles unsteadily out of the pawn shop.
What's in those mints, bro? Alexander, you're a prince. Arrest him. Oh.
Master! I followed Prince Alexander as you wished from the pawn shop owner. He just abstained, just reprieved. He just got a magic map.
You fool! You've been eating those mints again. I ordered you to stop that.
King's Quest 6 will be right back after these messages.
Now, what is this about a magic map? With the map, Prince Alexander could travel anywhere as quickly as I can.
I thought I took care of the only means of travel. By my scimitar, I can't have him stirring things up now. Get a hold of yourself and listen carefully, Shamir. Go to the other islands.
Looks like he's in a
and
Monty
tell them-
Python transition screen. All right, well, that was great. Nothing like a little comedy. Break up the pace. Do I have the map now, right? Yes. Wait. Yes.
Alexander remembers what the pawn
I know. I
shop
just
owner-
wanted to see if you could pull it out. So I wanted to hear the line. So go to the sea. Aren't you supposed to like watch the guy play with garbage or something? Oh.
Alexander sorts through the odds and ends that the pawn shop owner dumped into the pot. Magic exploding gum wrappers, a shattered crystal ball, a cracked wand, a fake thumb.
All delicious.
Near the bottom, Alexander finds a little glass bottle labeled ink. It appears to be empty, but Alexander decides to take it anyway. You never know when a small bottle will come in handy.
I mean, that's true. I have played Zelda before. So. Now do I want to do the old teleport? Alexander, please. Phew. All right, guys, here's the line.
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
Woo! Classic! Okay, so where do we want to go? What's over here?
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
Oh my. Should probably save. Because I don't know what I'm doing.
Alexander has no...
Well, hang on.
The ocean is not as calm. The underwater before The currents around the island pull Alexander under. As
no matter where you go, the
struggles
water
to the
is
surface
strong.
For the third and last time.
Tickets.
Rip current, right?
Next.
Nothing like getting swept off your feet.
What are on the
Alexander-
other islands? Like, what's this really tiny
Alexander
one here?
feels a strain.
Isn't there one island you want to go to just to get like a couple things and go? So this one? Oh no, this is where that goofy shit is.
The oyster already looks a little perturbed and probably wouldn't appreciate being picked up by Alexander.
That's your reaction?
Alexander doesn't wish to... Alexander hears someone coming.
"5 fierce guards of the isle we be. Watch for a foreign man," said he, "with ears and nose, tongue, hands, and eyes. Its nature cannot be disguised.
Oh my God, the guy at the
If
top
man it
left.
be, then man it dies." Old Tantro, smell your smell. Do that which you do so well.
A gnome with a huge nose stands before Alexander. 4 gnomes stand waiting in line. 4
Alert, my brothers, as we feared, a man has landed here. A man, so say our nose, into the waiting sea he goes.
Oh yeah. Alexander is oddly enjoying this.
The gnomes toss Alexander too far out into the sea for him to get his footing. The currents drag him under.
If only he were on the shore, he would be safe. Literally anywhere else is death. Okay, so I probably shouldn't go to that island yet. That's what I'm thinking. Hello? Alright.
Alexander. The path. Alexander.
Let's try. This big
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
Oh yeah, pop the mint. Oh, this is the one I was thinking of. Yeah, there's only a couple things.
There appears to be something etched into the face of the cliff. Alexander decides to get closer.
Graham is better. What? The more you know, guys, okay? How about a little wisdom every now and then, huh?
Alexander picks the flower and is startled by its hideously strong skunk-like odor.
Hey, there's a smell.
For a moment, he can smell nothing else.
That would probably be better than a mint, I think.
Alexander takes the feather.
Okay.
Alexander is standing on the small sandy cove of a rocky island. Around him, sheer granite cliffs block any further movement north, east, or west. To the south, he is blocked by the sea.
Blocked by the sea, you say? I think not.
The ocean is... The underwater toe is before
Suddenly deep end.
Currents around the island pull Alexander under. As Alexander struggles to the surface for the third and last time, he
Oh, it's been
finds
more than
himself
3 times
wishing
now.
he'd paid more attention to the warning signs of an undertow.
Pretty fun to watch him drown over and over again, though, isn't it? Guys, are we a bunch of sickos?
Nothing like getting swept off your feet.
Do you pound on the window pane and say yes, yes every time that happens, guys?
There's no reason to use...
Yes, there is.
There's no
We literally can't go
That
anywhere
is-
else.
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
All right, now
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
let's go to the Bestiality Island with our new smells. Oh, not this one. Wrong one.
Alexander.
Where else will you find a sleeping oyster than the Isle of Wonder? Okay, I'm getting flashbacks to the old video. I think you read a book to this stupid thing.
The oyster already looks a little perturbed and probably wouldn't appreciate being picked up by Alexander.
Or not, maybe not that one, this one?
Alexander doesn't wish to disturb the...
Or maybe it is this one. Hang on. Am I remembering this correctly?
Perhaps Alexander should find out more about the oyster first.
What do you like to read?
Why aren't you asleep like the other oysters?
Oh, I'm so weary, but I can't sleep. I have a terrible ache in my mouth.
Is the volume okay, guys?
What's wrong with your mouth?
No offense, but it hurts too much to talk.
What's wrong with your mouth?
No offense, but it hurts too much to talk.
To you? Oh, got him. Now do you read to him?
If you're having trouble sleeping, perhaps you'd like me to read to you.
Hey, that would be great.
Two dulcimers raised to the degree of...
Oh no, it's the love
40
poems.
dulcimers, divided into equal parts by the third of a cackle of grouse geese, put over the result of 10 fine mackles, albeit small fine mackles, stretched over the total of 53 1/8 bottles of wild beast lard.
Oh god, sorry. Ugh.
Yields a gilded minnow of precise measurements, 2,069 centidrills by 3,023 6/7
The number
pounds,
was in there,
not
guys.
punts, as might be expected. This is not to say, however, in any sense whatsoever, that deviations in mean temperature of 5 or 6 dregs or so indicate a fabrication or derivation sufficiently broad enough to exacerbate the conclusions uncovered in due course with regards to the dimensions, consistency,
Need something
mass, or
stronger.
thickness inherent in the menial suckling grouse.
The poor little oyster falls into an uneasy sleep.
That's what that
Though
was.
it's clear he is still not resting easy. Alexander decides to leave him to his nap.
His magic nap. Okay, can I get this without dying?
Alexander wades into the sea to get the strange object in the water. The ocean currents tug at Alexander's legs. That object is just a bit out of reach.
Yeah. And if it gets to my knees, I'm done for. I don't have anything that can get it, do I? Use the rabbit's foot to reach it?
Alexander wouldn't want to throw... Using that on the sentence in the water would be pointless.
I effed up? How did I F up? Oh, did I actually soft lock myself? What did I do?
There is no...
Oh, you have to grab something. Okay, that detail I do not remember.
Alexander doesn't want to wake up the sleeping.
All right. Well,
the underwater tow.
Wait, you can get the thing.
Before the currents around the island pull.
I neglected the QT. I'm so sorry.
To the surface for the third and last.
Thanks, Sierra. You worthless piece of shit.
Tickets. Oh.
Hey, the boring book worked on me too.
Nothing like getting swept off your feet.
It's not my fault.
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
Oh, baby.
Alexander.
Why aren't you asleep? What's...
All right, what's wrong with your mouth? Let's get you a shut up.
If you're having...
Alexander.
Yield.
Alexander makes a grab for the pearl.
Rude. Hey, thanks, Matt.
Why haven't you been tracking all these tactical resets?
The little.
You know, how many times has anyone counted? How many times have I died?
The rest of his oyster friends.
We can actually fix this. If anyone knows how many times I've died so far. Hang on a second. Does anybody actually know? It's all been water-based deaths. And you know what? I only know one person who can do this. Oh no, wait. What? Oh man, I was going to launch the tracker, but it had an exception thing and crashed. 5 or 6?
Hey.
There you are. Alright, did anyone give you the number? 6? Died 6 times? Hey, Tracker, I've died 6 times. Hey, Tracker, I've died 6 times?
I didn't get that.
Oh, whatever.
Lol, you died. You've manipulated RNG 2 times. You've manipulated RNG 3 times. You've manipulated RNG 4 times. You've died 5 times now. You've performed 6 tactical resets.
Okay, it's a little bit some new stuff in there. A little preview for Saturday, guys. All right. All right, that's running in the background now. All right. Oh yeah, now we can get this. All right, now we can.
Alexander doesn't want to taste the salty seawater.
Pick up the thing. What?
Alexander picks up the object floating in the water. It appears to be a string of letters. They say, "Where are you going?" Alexander decides to keep the odd sentence, even though it is incomplete.
They just find like a sentence you like in a book and just have to rip it out. Take it.
Alexander sees
nothing of interest. It's sentient oysters, man. That's fast.
Alexander hears someone coming.
All right, this time. Oh, I can't. Okay, we're skipping this time. This is too terrifying. This is unacceptable. How do I? Okay. Take this!
Alexander holds the flower of stench out to the gnome with the jumbo nose.
Tom Trow I am, that's all I'll be. My nose knows all on land and sea. A flower of stench has washed ashore. A flower 'tis all, and nothing more.
Right, everybody who can see the guy here? Okay. Oh, we gotta trick all of them.
You Broganor, do your duty as you swore. With your ears, please tell us more.
Alright, what's your deal?
odd-looking gnome stands before Alexander. He has incredibly huge ears.
Ears? Where? What would work against a thing with ears? I could tickle them with the feather or
Why would
foot.
Alexander want to use that on the magic Alexander? The feather feels.
Oops. Give him the bird? Okay. Here, have a bird.
Alexander winds the tin nightingale and plays it for the gnome with the monumental ears.
I mean, they're not that big.
A nose is not a way to spy. My ears cannot be told a lie. A nightingale is all there be. No man is near, and so say me.
Taste grump that he might know whether friend or whether foe.
Hey guys, please name your firstborn Grump Frump, please. Ew.
My tongue betrays this one so sly. A man it is, I tell no lie.
A man so say our tongue. To the realm of the dead we send this one.
Oh, wait, you didn't give me time. Was I just too slow getting all that done? All right. Hey, tracker, track death.
You've manipulated RNG 7 times.
Alexander pulls out his
Oh, I clicked him and okay. God, this is strict.
Alexander.
All right. Like, right? Just beat the shit out of him. All right, this time I'm gonna save after engaging with the oyster.
Why aren't you?
Click it before you lick it.
What's wrong? If you're having...
Alex. The little oyster drifts into
Thanks,
peaceful
Vandal.
slumber with the rest of his oyster
The flaccid
friends.
Isle of Wonder.
Alexander.
The
ocean current. There's no.
Wait, you know what?
There's no.
Did I mess that up too? Momo the Wizard, thanks for the Prime sub. Did I bork it up there?
Alexander promises himself that.
Oh my god, okay. Alright, apparently I'm getting too good at King's Quest now.
Alexander.
Oh, but could I have done the thing with the gnome dudes? And then it would have been on the shore? Oh, it eventually... Okay. Okay.
Why aren't you...
Oh.
Yeah. Don't isolate that sound and do weird things with it,
If you're
chat.
having trouble sleeping... Two yields...
Alexander sees no. Alexander. Alexander.
Hey! You fixed my mouth! It feels great!
Dies. All right, now we'll save.
Alexander.
Wish you could speed up the NPCs too.
Old Tom.
Alexander.
Tub Tro I am.
Listen.
There's no. Alexander.
All right, this time we can listen to the actual Nightingale song. It's beautiful. Just listen to it.
A nose is not a way to spy.
All the best spies have great names.
We might know.
All right, Grump Frump. All right, M for mint, by the way.
Alexander holds the mint out for the gnome with the gigantic mouth.
Grump knows a tasty treat. It matters not what others bleat. No danger is this one so sweet.
Loved your work on Droopy Dog, by the way.
Trilly dilly, use your hands. Is it beast or is it man?
Big ol' hands. Rabbit's foot for a beast, right?
Alexander holds the rabbit foot out for the gnome with the huge hands.
You know what they say about a gnome with huge hands?
Be all you mad? What aileth thee? A bunny can't trill merrily. A hare does not at all taste sweet. A rabbit here is all we greet.
At least we're not in this game, Graham. This is bullshit.
Vision can resolve this matter. Look you now and end this chatter.
So wants to see, so, I mean, the ink, I guess. Kind of all that's left.
Alexander pours the contents of the empty-looking ink bottle over himself.
He really likes it.
By all that's beauteous, fair, and sightly, 4 morons do I sleep with nightly. There's nothing there at all, I say. Enough of this. Let's now away.
He's the anime gnome of the bunch.
Alexander did it. He's fooled the guards.
Now we can get that.
Alexander picks up the object floating in the water. It appears to be a string of letters. They say, "Where are you going?"
Where are you going?
Alexander decides to keep the odd sentence, even though it is incomplete.
But that's a complete sentence. All right, save. My goodness, that took too long. All right. All right, I think we're good here, so let's go not where the gnomes were going, probably. Oh, yeah, it's missing the at from the... Oh, yeah, this... Okay, I recognize this area, but I don't know why it jumps out at me. I'll probably remember once things happen.
Alexander reaches out to touch the Black Widow.
Good idea.
That's right. Go with your feelings. Get closer to me.
Yes, ma'am.
Alexander feels the tiny pinprick of the spider's bite and the slow burning of her poison.
Alexander pulls out his magic nap. The theme of getting poisoned, but wait.
Thanks for the memories.
You're welcome.
Maybe I should take over.
Tickets. Oh. Next.
Why do you
Does
think
me
they call
tracking
her
your
a
death.
widow?
Because her husband died. It's actually very sad. Oh my god, hardest part of the game right here again.
Wow. Hiya, gorgeous. Oh, what a luscious-looking hunk of flesh you are.
Thank you.
Thank you, I guess. Who are you?
How charming of you to pretend not to know. I'm Black Widow, of course. The femme fatale of all femme fatales. Know what I mean?
So you want to, like, get out of here?
I
Or
was just
what?
thinking it was time I found my 50th, another husband. It would be quite a horror, I mean, an honor to have me as a bride. Just look at my beautiful weaving. It's so light, so delicate. You'll never want to leave my little nest.
I don't know if it'd
It
work
is a
out.
lovely web, but my heart is elsewhere, I'm afraid.
Oh, drat!
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd love to fuck, but
The loss is yours. I'm sure you'll change your mind once you consider the advantages.
I could accidentally kill you with a newspaper. That's not a good power dynamic to have in a relationship, you know?
A black widow is sitting in her web. She has long legs and an hourglass on her belly. She gives Alexander a knowing look.
Say.
That scrap of paper blew into my web from those books over there. The wind just thinks it can deposit anything here.
An intricately detailed spider's web has been spun between a pile of books and a small tree. A thread is hanging from the otherwise tightly woven web. An intricately detailed...
Have you changed your mind? My offer of dead wedlock is still open.
Do you have ulterior motives? I can't tell.
Hey, don't touch that thread! Some people like to ask for trouble.
A black widow.
Do we get out of here? Can I get out of here? No. Hey, did I get something for that? That's a soft lock? What did I do wrong this time? Oh, you're supposed to grab paper? Okay. I'm glad there are experts here. At least we saved that time. At least it's not a death. All right, let's look at the other stuff first.
What do you think you're doing?
I'm sorry. I didn't realize these books had an owner. I'm in need of a rare book.
I think what you meant to say is, ah!
Owner? All books have owners, my good man. And this book owner, bookworm to you, wouldn't part with one of his books for anything.
My nose can't see very well, so it wears glasses.
Let's see. Do you have an itinerant clause?
No. No clauses at all, I'm afraid.
As an exception, you always should.
Classic. Classic.
Don't mind oxymoron and diphthong. They're fairly limited grammatical principles, you know. Let's see.
He's not named Diphthong because of grammar, by the
Those
way.
X's?
No. I'm afraid not.
A dangling participle?
I'm fresh out.
A purple fiddle whacker?
No, I don't think so. Sorry.
An idiosyncrasy, perhaps?
Afraid not.
Ha! Then what good are you?
You're a little bitch, sir. Goodbye.
Do you have anything interesting yet?
Magic
A
map?
regular abnormality?
Let me see.
Do I have anything? I don't. I literally have no idea what they want. What is this? You want this?
I have a large pearl.
Please, you'd think I'd take mere oyster stones for my books? Ha!
Boop, 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 boop. Whoops.
Are you there?
Hey.
Do you have anything
Hey,
interesting
Yarozi,
yet?
thanks for following.
A subordinate clause, maybe.
Do you have the object that it's not really an object? Here, have where?
I have a sentence. Would that do?
An
incomplete one,
Oh.
I suppose.
Where are you going as a sentence?
It is incomplete.
Just as I suspected.
Because it has 3 dots after
Incomplete
it.
sentences are a dime a dozen. Why, you can literally just find them floating about. Complete sentences. Ooh, now there's something that's hard to come by these days.
I see. Sorry.
I hang out in Twitch chat, so I'm used to seeing incomplete sentences. Oh! Oh, y'all can't type for shit! Oh, got it. Gotcha.
Do you have anything interesting yet?
Oh, that's just... I guess not. I need to find more sentence. Alright, now we'll deal with the... Let's save real quick. Don't touch the spider, talk to the spider.
Well, I...
Wow. Hiya, gorgeous. Oh, what a luscious-looking hunk of... Oh.
Enough of flirting with the spider. Alright.
Hey, don't touch!
Alexander snatches the scrap of parchment, curious to see what's written on it.
Where you going, love? Did you just throw it away?
The wind blows the scrap of paper from Alexander's hand, but he remembers what it said. Well,
Yeah, the wind. He threw it.
Do you have anything interesting yet? A split in...
I don't know why I talk to this guy. I don't have anything new.
Alexander.
I want to leave.
Well, I hardly expected you to have anything useful. Good day.
No, I don't have love, though. Where is love? It's the ultimate question. Where is the transition? Oh, jeez. Okay, I'm saving that too. Bunch of nonsense. All right, guess what's back here? Let's have the gnomes kill us.
Alexander takes a bottle of milk from the milkweed bush.
Sure.
Apparently,
I
the
mean,
dogwood
meow.
tree doesn't like Alexander standing that close. Alexander considers climbing the tree.
Do it. Do it.
And quickly changes his mind.
Do it! I order you. Ah, damn you.
The swampy bog sinks beneath Alexander's weight. He feels himself being sucked slowly but firmly down into the muck.
Woo! Woo!
As the marshy water fills Alexander's mouth, he thinks that although he'd always wanted to try a mud bath, this is hardly what he had in mind.
His death amuses me, the omniscient person. Hey, Evil Crash 9, thank you for the resub.
Maybe I should take over.
I showed you my magic map.
Do you ever
Please
get that
respond.
sinking feel?
Where did you do that? Yes, those were his final thoughts. Lovely. I mean, Chad, isn't the last thing you want to think of before you go getting sucked in the muck? Chad, who wants to get sucked in the muck?
Alexander doesn't want to pick the baby's tears. They may not be done growing.
Right. I'm a tomato, yay!
Those tomatoes are not quite ripe yet, and Alexander shouldn't pull them off the vine.
But I want to see what the faces do if I yank them out and have them experience incredible agony.
Those tomatoes are not quite ripe yet, and Alexander shouldn't pull them off the vine.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah, I need to go back and get the milk. Thank you.
Alexander takes a bottle of milk from the milkweed bush. Apparently, the dogwood tree doesn't like Alexander standing that close.
All right. Is this anything?
The mucky swamp is no... The bump on the log does not look particularly interesting to Alexander.
Yes, it does. It looks like a weird face. Looks like a, kind of face. I think it's fascinating.
Alexander picks a head of iceberg lettuce.
Oh, that's what that is. Okay.
Ye gads! Is that cold?
That's not how you say that.
Alexander approaches the snapdragons. Those unfriendly snapdragons don't want Alexander anywhere near them.
They had like a sick beat going for him, though.
Those unfriendly snapdragons don't want Alexander anywhere near them.
Ye gads!
Alexander decides to pick up the hole in the wall. A hole in the wall could be a very useful thing. Alexander startled the poor thing. It's run off to hide behind the wallflowers.
Chad, I want you to know I am exercising incredible amounts of restraint right now.
The wallflowers, overcome with shyness at Alexander's approach, cluster together and cover the hole in the wall. Alexander can't get it.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember this at all.
Checkmate! Only chess pieces allowed in chessboard land? That's right. Humans aren't allowed in and never will be. Stay out!
That's not how you guys move, by the way. Only can move in L-shaped patterns. It's bullshit.
I must insist, Your Highness. I shall send the lump of coal to the Vizier and the Princess as a present for their wedding, and that's the end of it.
And I suppose you'll leave me with only this stupid spoiled egg to send, Your Highness. I want to impress the new king and queen of the realm as much as you do. As queen of this island, I have every right to that lump of coal.
Who isn't queen of this isle? The lump of coal is in my possession. Therefore, I shall do as I please with it. Besides, there's nothing wrong with that spoiled egg.
The egg, though delightfully spoiled, is not nearly so valuable as the lump of coal, and you know it.
Chessboard Land
Your
sucks.
Highness always got to carry the singing stone. It's not fair that you get the coal, too.
That doesn't count. The singing stone was stolen by that horrid beast. I should get to keep the coal just because my stone was stolen.
It wasn't your stone. It belonged to the Isle of Wonder treasury. Your Highness always thinks that everything is hers.
Excuse me, my good man, but could you settle an argument for us?
Which of us should get to carry the coal
slowly,
and
Bran.
reach the egg? Remember, white is the color of deserving truth and virtue.
I've never played red in chess
Quiet,
before.
Your Highness, and let him make up his own mind. I, for one, shall be more proper, and not even mention the fact that red is the color of love.
I'm sorry, Your Majesties. I'm partial to both red and white.
Oh, here we
but
go.
I'm afraid that I don't know how to solve your problem. One of you will just have to be gracious and allow the other the lump of coal.
What
I have nothing meaningful to contribute.
Stupid idea.
Quite ludicrous.
He was a lot of help, wasn't he?
Sounds like they're bumping
Yes,
butts like Ren and Stimpy style.
obviously
With
a
that
man of
sound.
high intelligence.
Oh, thank you. All that just to get
The
the...
lump of coal goes much better with my gown anyway. Black and red are imperial colors.
Hear that, guys? Chess is a game for Imperials.
The silliest thing I ever heard. Red does not go with anything, being much too self-conscious. White is the perfect accompaniment to any color.
Yeah, y'all done. Give me the thing. Where is it?
Alexander picks up the Red Queen's scarf.
He sniffs it and stuffs it down his pants.
Checkmate. That's...
Can any of these things kill you? I really want these things to murder me.
Checkmate. Only chess pieces allowed in chessboard land.
Chessboard land?
That's right. Humans...
I guess not. Better than Ick and Uk. I don't know about that. I just want to be crushed by those big, beautiful horses. Is that so much to ask?
The path continues.
Anyone want to order some pizza, by the way? I could just go for some pizza. I have no idea why. Maybe with some tomatoes, top with some baby tears, snapdragons, maybe pour some milk on it, maybe some swamp water. Maybe top it with some oysters. Sounds like a good meal.
The magic.
Inventory.
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
After talking to the Black Widow and the Queen, he really needs to pull out that map, bruh.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
And yes, and apologies if I happen to repeat things that I said in the old video. I didn't watch it before this. I don't remember anything about it. Oh dear.
Alexander resists the temptation to pet the fawn, thinking he might frighten it.
Well, it's gonna run before you get that close.
The fawn is too busy eating to pay attention to Alexander. Alexander can't reach the little creature on the tree branch. It will have to come down on its own. Alexander is standing at the edge of the sea on a heavily forested island. As far as the eyes can see, tall trees spread out their branches as though straining to link arms, their tops forming a canopy above. A path leads north through the forest.
That is true. So guys, you want to feel old? That old King's Quest video on the channel, that was 10 years ago. 10 years and y'all are still here. You want more. What does that say about you guys?
Aren't you an odd-looking little fellow?
Aren't you an odd-looking chap?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you could speak.
Speak not. Funny is, speech I am and nothing but.
Oh, that's right. This is the,
Won't you come down?
Come down? Why for? No, I do not.
Get it, guys? He's dangling.
Won't you come down?
And he's talking in weird sense.
I do not.
There's an odd little creature dangling from that tree branch.
All right. Maybe this will entice you? Where?
Alexander holds the sentence out to the creature.
This sentence seems in need of an ending. Perhaps you could finish it?
Where are you going? Where are you going? No,
that's a sentence.
Where are you going to?
No, that's a worse sentence.
Go I with you?
What was wrong with where are you going? Ugh.
Well, that was certainly interesting.
It
looks
was.
like Alexander now has a passenger.
Where are you going at, y'all? Dang it! It's my sentence. Hey, what's this chicken man over here?
To get to the lamp, Alexander
that's a
must
lamp.
first cross the pond.
No, it looks like a chicken with an Elvis kind of head of hair on top of it. Am I the only one seeing that?
Alexander, not being an expert on poisonous mushrooms, decides not to take a chance on tasting the local variety.
Do it, you coward.
Alexander, not being an expert on poisonous mushrooms, decides not to take a chance on tasting the local... The tall, narrow trees have sparse and relatively small branches on their lower trunks. They don't lend themselves to easy climbing.
Well, I think the solution to this area is quite obvious. We just book it!
Alexander decides to brave the boiling pond.
What's the worst that could happen?
And soon realizes a deep sympathy for soup vegetables as he learns the true meaning of being in a stew.
You've manipulated RNG 10 times.
Next.
It looks like Alexander.
Poor Alexander. It was an odd way to melt, by the way. Alright. Well, what do we have that's cold? I know, iceberg lettuce, because it wouldn't be called that if it couldn't freeze
Cool
boiling
down
water.
the boiling pond, Alexander throws in a head of iceberg lettuce. The pond's water slowly stops boiling, cooled by the ice. It still looks hot, but bearable.
I don't know, he's going to drown anyway. You've seen his luck with water. And thus, cooking mechanics in video games were born.
Alexander decides to brave the steaming pond.
Ouch!
The pond is no longer boiling, but it's hardly bathwater.
You ever been in like a jacuzzi before, man? Alright, Elvis chicken.
Alexander takes the old hunter's lamp from the tree.
Like, he could have just gone over here to the left and just circumvented the thing altogether, but, you know, whatever.
As Alexander continues down the path, he gets the strange feeling that he's being watched.
By this
Come on over
cat
here and see
face
what I'm
man.
doing with these flowers. Never mind that stone fella on top of the gate. He won't hurt you any. He's just there to scare you.
You seem trustworthy. Yay, death!
Gotcha this time.
This time? Oh.
You've performed 11 tactical resets.
That move was slightly erroneous.
Even for me, that's a bridge too far. I'm sorry, no. How good is the autosave, by the way? Let's, where does it load? Let's see. Oh, it's terrible, apparently. It doesn't even work. Okay. All right.
There's nothing to do there. Alexander has no need to carry around large rocks.
Oh, this thing.
Alexander picks up the brick.
Forget
Come
it.
on through, I say. I can show you a path through the forest.
I don't remember how to do this, but I want to say I don't have the thing you need. I don't think it's the brick. I mean, I do want to chuck the brick at this guy.
Perhaps you'd find this interesting.
Sure, bring it on over to this side of the wall where I can see it better.
Do you leave now? I think you leave now. Except for, I mean, I don't think a bottle's gonna help.
There's no reason to use that object there.
I could just chuck it at him.
You aren't gonna listen to me, are you? Well, we'll just see about that.
That That's odd. The gardener just disappeared.
Odd. That's modestly unusual. Hang on a second. Okay. That's good stuff. Okay. What do we do now?
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
Okay, so we got the lamp, so we can get another lamp with the lamp. We can...
Alexander feels...
I guess we'll try that. Oh wait, I got that sentence too. Do you want to do the lamp or the sentence, or does it matter what order I do them in? We can see more of his goofy walking if I do this. I think this is correct. Oh, he's not even here. Okay. Never mind. I wish there was a bathroom I could just walk Alexander to so I can plot out my next move. Old Lamps for New is a fantastic business plan. Name a better business plan. What, the internet? Folks, it's all about
Alexander
lamp.
pulls out his magic map.
All right, let's go back to that book guy.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
Mm-hmm. Chat, you should probably see a doctor if you feel a strange pulling sensation. Oh no. Alexander, why do you stop? Okay. He walks with such confidence, but then just it's like...
Do you have anything interesting yet?
Yes,
A fleeting moment, perhaps?
Yes, I have this thing in my...
Let me see what I have.
So you just need to kind of tear open your shirt because that's where you put the dangling participle. This is obscene. Like his entire lower half is shaved or skinned. It's disturbing.
I found this little fellow lost on another island.
Coming home I am too.
There you are, you naughty boy. I told you not to leave the island.
Glad I am seeing you too. A most solemn celebration.
Huh? Ew.
So, you found my dangling participle. I suppose I'll have to give you something. Let's see now. Was it a rare book you wanted?
I would just like you to shut up, please.
Well, then none of these will do. They've been sitting in the sun far too long and must be well cooked by now.
Yeah.
This
What
one
about the
is
books in the
far
shade
more
over
rare. A delicious little tidbit.
A book of love poems.
Thanks.
They're really smutty too. All right. Is there anything else to do here?
Alexander doesn't need anything more from Bookworm or his friends.
Take the hint. Hey girl, how you doing?
Oh, so there you are, handsome. What can I do for you now?
Alexander offers the item to the
Oh,
Black
it's supposed to...
No, no, thank you, you sweet man. Like a good little wife, I have no interest in anything except my cozy little web and you.
I mean, don't wives just love the web? The interweb. All right, let's get out of here. All right, now I think we can go to town. If we... Okay. To the magic map!
Alexander pulls out his magic map. Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
Watch out, chat. Here it comes. Okay, so is like an obscure like series of exchanges or something for the pawn shop you have to do now? Still no lamp guy. Oh wait, didn't the guy in the library say... Wait. Confusing myself.
Hello.
Oh god.
I will be right up.
Get out! Don't... No!
Now, what can I do for you?
Guys, I don't think you're ready for it. Take the flute now. Oh yeah, the flute was in the pawn shop.
Your candy dish is empty.
I want to get fucked up on mints!
I am sorry, sir, but I have no more mints. Somebody has eaten them all.
Well, get some more then.
I fear that is impossible. Without the ferry, I can no longer get imports from the other island.
Mint imports.
Grow mint extract on the Isle of the Crown.
Oh, I hate
Oh!
not getting what I want.
Yosemite Samming there. Oh, I hate not getting my mints. How are we supposed to get mints in this supply chain in this economy, guys?
The pawn shop
Okay.
owner doesn't look like a man to be tussled with.
Yes, we know that.
How fare you, good merchant?
A man my age can only thank the heavens for continued strength, young sire.
Okay, you could have just said fine, thanks. Good.
How fare you?
I can.
How do we do?
The counter feels the pawn shop. The counter.
Okay, how do we? Oh yeah, do we offer him the book?
Would you be interested in trading for this book?
I am afraid not. Books are more my
Oh no, I'm
neighbor's
mixing.
line of
No,
work.
it's the.
After all, I would not want him selling curiosities.
We trade back. Oh yeah, he said we could trade back old stuff. So we trade back this because we don't need it anymore.
Would you mind if I traded this in?
Of course, Prince Alex. Please choose something in exchange for the items on the counter.
Oh, before
Alexander
okay.
looks closely at the items on the counter to make his selection.
I changed my mind, sir.
I'm really not interested in anything on the counter.
Pranked you,
As
bro.
wish, allow me to return your item for trade.
Thank you for wasting my time. All right, use bird on real bird. Where is real bird? I see
Hello? Is anyone?
No one.
I see no burb. There's a bird.
The girl is too
Ah.
far away to hold a conversation.
Oh, on the T road. Okay.
Are you out here again? Have you finished the chores I gave you?
Bob.
Yes, stepmother. The house and the
Yep,
stables
Bob.
are clean.
Then start polishing the silverware! Do I have to tell you everything?
Yes, stepmother. Right away.
You know what I love most about King's Quest VI is the psychodrama. It's fantastic. Oh, there it is. Do you have to do this, or is this like an Easter eggy thing? I don't even remember.
Alexander winds the mechanical nightingale and places it on the ground. The mechanical nightingale sings a sweet, tinny tune. The real nightingale in the tree cocks her head and listens intently.
Alexander is fucking with nature.
The nightingale flies to a lower branch and looks at Alexander curiously, as if she were deciding that this human might not be so bad.
You lack good judgment, Nightingale. And now, we throw a brick at it. Here we go.
Alexander shows the object to the bird, hoping to interest her. The little bird does not appear to be interested in that.
But you gotta chuck it. So for max points, shot first to exchange pearl for ring. Okay. What do max points do?
Day.
I'm trusting you on this.
I found this large pearl. Might it be valuable enough to ransom back my family ring?
Ransom back.
I have never seen such a perfect pearl. Certainly you can have your ring back.
And is it covered with saliva, yes?
Oh, I'm glad you didn't sell it. I'm a bit attached to it, I'm afraid.
Of course you are. You would be cold-hearted if
Of course
you
the
felt any
little
differently.
Princey wants his little wing
To see a
back.
family heirloom back with its rightful owner.
This guy's way too nice to be like a pawn shop store owner, in my opinion.
Would you mind if I traded this in?
Of course, Prince Alex. Please choose something in exchange for the items on the counter.
Alexander looks closely at the items on the counter to make his selection.
All right, give me that flute.
I'll take the flute.
The flute? Very good, Prince Alex. May its music always be sweet. Feel free to trade it back at any time.
Thank you.
Toggled flute on.
Good. Hear its cry. All right. Now we gotta do this, don't we? Are you guys actually?
Good day again.
Woo!
How may I help you?
We're safe. I was about to say, are you guys prepared to see new portrait Jalo? But thankfully, we're spared.
Alexander would have to read the books to hear what they have to say.
No, that's a guy, Alexander, not a book.
How fare you, merchant?
Quite well, thank you. I just finished a wonderful book on geological rock formations. Fascinating.
Yeah. Okay, so this guy we want to give our rare book.
There's no reason to use that on the books.
No, Jalo, that's not a book. You gotta learn.
I found this.
You know,
book,
royalty. You're so enclosed. Your ivory tower. You learn. You can't learn to tell the difference between people and
It is
books.
a wonderful riddle book.
It's terrible.
Riddles are much more marketable than spells these days.
Yeah.
I guess people believe more in mirth than in magic.
You guys know how the riddle market is
Here
exploding
is the
right now.
spell book you wanted, and a fair trade it is, I must say. Enjoy.
Who wants to solve? Who wants to
certainly
learn
hope so.
magic when riddles are a
We
thing?
shall see how rusty my spellcasting truly is.
I'm still feeling strange pulling sensations, you know?
The shopkeeper doesn't look like he would enjoy a good arm wrestle or any other sort of physical exertion. He's rather bookish.
He's a dweeb. A no-lifer.
The table is empty.
Let's see if this smells weird from Jalo sitting on it.
Alexander rests his feet for a moment. Alexander picks up and leafs idly through a book called The Changing Role of Court Entertainers Through the Ages.
It's a book on various diseases, as if a doctor was reading this recently.
Well, that was refreshing.
All right, we know where Swamp Ooze is. We have a black horse. We have a feather. Oh my god. Oh yeah, you have to like dick around with your inventory. Cast. Like a zinc brings to life what I think, make it real, what I draw according to this. That's the shittiest spell I've ever seen. It's terrible. All right, so so is it a problem that were we supposed to talk to Jalo originally?
Good day again.
Hey, let me do a new save. Just in case we bork something. Pawn shop back into bookshop. Oh, we need our ring? Wait, don't I have the ring?
Good day.
Yeah, I got the ring.
Good day.
Hmm.
Good day.
The counter feed.
Do I need to reset them? Hey, thanks, Dardis, man.
That riddle book is full of NFTs or nasty fucking teasers.
It's the worst riddles of all. All right. Okay.
You aren't gonna listen.
That's right. I'm prepping for the King's Quest 6 rando. Oh, I didn't grab the brick. Right. Lovely. There's a brick. Okay, the only other thing I need to do... Oh, God. The only other thing I need to do is the Nightingale Easter eggy thing, right? Right. Oh, my God. A free brick. Wow.
Alexander pulls out his magic map. Alexander.
Why do you laugh when you see him waddle and jump through the hot pool of water? Because it's hilarious. That's why.
Alexander.
How many of you guys giggle when you see him walk like this every time?
There's no... Alexander winds the mechanical...
You walk like that? Well, Kissy Cat, we're all laughing at you. I'm sorry to have to tell you this.
The nightingale sings a sweet... The nightingale...
Yeah. Cute bird shit. Moving on! Okay. Now... Okay, so I want... Okay, do I go in the library first or the pawn shop first? Because before I went into the book place first, but then left. And maybe that caused Jalo to despawn? So does the order matter? Okay, so I do want the ring first? Okay.
Your cat...
As much as I love this comedy routine, I think we need to skip it this time. Oh, give me my mints! Wait, no. Not that.
I found this large pearl. Might it be...
Ooh, wait, we got it, right? Okay, we got it. And then we trade in the Nightingale again. I mean, not that thing. Wait, what? Wait a minute. Oh, I need to go back to the other island. Okay.
Would you mind if I traded this in?
Of course. There's nothing of...
I'll take the flute.
The flute?
You already
Very good,
have that.
Prince Alex. May
You
its
already have
music
Ocarina.
always be sweet. Feel free to trade it back at any time.
Thank you.
Now we gotta get the riddle book again.
Alexander.
Have you guys read that book? Have you read R?
There's no Alexander.
No, I have not read R. Or I read it in the prior save to get the ingredients. So do you have to pre-read it? Does that like unlock stuff? Oh my god. Why is this the hardest part of the game?
Do you have a
Here, have this dinosaur with a shaved
I
ass.
found this little fellow lost on another island.
Coming home I am too.
There!
A mouse.
So, you found
He sounded
my
a little
dangling
Sansy there for a sec.
participle.
Yes.
Well, this
This game really would benefit from Cedric. What if you replace the narrator's voice with Cedric's voice, huh? Eh? Any takers? Alexander pulls out his magic map! Holy shit, guys!
There's no reason.
Oh wait, that's not the book I was thinking of. Oh no, I read the book you'd exchange this book for. Can you read this? Is there any reason to read
There's
it?
no reason for Alexander to use. Alexander
Apparently not. Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation because he's a pervy little bitch. Oh. He would play a mod with that. I mean, I would too.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
Hire me to do the voiceover work for Cedric in King's Quest X mod. I'm open for business, guys. All right. Away. You can read it?
Why would Alexander?
No,
Alexander opens the rare book and looks inside.
R for rare. It's all about Battletoads, Donkey Kong Country.
The book contains riddles and has a page missing. Alexander glances at a few of the conundrums, but finds himself more curious about the one that is missing.
It's kind of a conundrum
What was
in and
the
of
riddle,
itself.
he
Huh?
wonders. More importantly, what was the answer?
Makes you think. Huh? Okay, now do I have everything to do Jalo time? Is it, guys, is it Jalo time? Can I play this flute?
Alexander plays a lovely little tune on the flute.
It wasn't that good. Alright. I don't know if I'm ready for
Hello.
this.
I will be right up. Now, what can I do for you?
All right, I know you guys want to see this guy, but I'm gonna string it out a little bit because first we got to do the responsible thing.
I found this rare book, and I thought of your offer.
Very interesting. Oh, it is a wonderful riddle book. Riddles are much more marketable than spells these days.
Now we've already heard this.
Here is the spell book you wanted, and a fair trade it is, I must say. Enjoy it.
I certainly hope so. We shall see how rusty my spellcasting truly is.
And we got to read the book. I've heard nothing about Live a Live, but I do like my RPGs. All right, guys. Let's point at him first.
The fellow in the chair seems to want to be left alone.
Get the fuck out of here!
An odd-looking man is reading in the stuffed chair. He wears a vest, balloon-style pants, and pointed shoes. There's something deliberately silly about the man.
And yet
as though he
incredibly
were a
sexy
performer
at
of
the same
some sort.
time. A performer, yeah. He's a performer, all right, here we go.
Good day, sir. Is there anything you can tell me about the land of the Green Isles?
I'm sorry, but I have no time for idle conversation. I'm too worried about the princess.
Can you turn portraits off? Is that... Oh god.
Excuse me again, sir. You mentioned the princess.
I told you I'm not interested in talking.
Want to know where I got these scars? Oh.
Excuse me again, sir. You mentioned the princess.
I told you I'm not interested in talking to...
All right. Jesus. Okay, how do we win him over? How about this lovely scarf?
Can I interest you in this?
No, thank you. Please let me read in peace. Straight.
You know... Oh well. There was something oddly threatening about that, and the little like head twitch tilt thing. That. Maybe I do need a Jalo emote. I don't know.
Determined to learn more about the strange man's relationship with the princess, Alexander shows the man his insignia ring and formally introduces himself.
I'm sorry.
But doesn't
to
look
insist,
directly at him.
But my name is Alexander of Daventry, and...
I appreciate the offer of the ring, Alexander, but I'm afraid I'm already spoken. Daventry? Where have I heard of Daventry?
How are you spoken?
Flying flit mice. You must be Prince Alexander. Cosima told me about you when she arrived home. How came you here?
Why...
She wouldn't make direct eye contact with me.
But you know Cosima? She truly spoke of me?
Yes, I saw her briefly when she first returned home. She mentioned a prince to me, a Prince Alexander of Daventry. I'm afraid that was before she was told about her parents' deaths.
Want to hear a joke?
You see, she arrived home a few weeks too late. The king and queen thought they'd never see her again. It is said they died of heartbreak. I'm afraid she's blamed herself.
What a terrible homecoming.
I blame you, Jalo.
I had only known.
You must have...
Terrible indeed,
God.
Poor thing. Everyone in the kingdom seems to despair with her these days. The streets are silent.
Where is she now?
The princess is sequestered in mourning. It's a rather dated tradition, and not required, but the Wazir says she insisted out of respect.
I see.
It's like she doesn't want to see me.
You are, and how you know the princess.
I? Oh, pardon me. My name is Jalo. I am clown to the royal court, and have been since the marriage of Cosima's parents, King Calipham and Queen Alaria. Oh, those were the happy days. The pair of them were so full of joy and life, so in love. And Cosima's birth. It would be hard to explain how long they had waited, how they had hoped for a child. I mean, she was such a charming little thing, smart as a whip, kind and sweet. Oh, she means everything to this kingdom, Alexander, and to me. I'm so terribly worried about her.
I mean, I'm worried too, but suddenly about other things.
About her grief over her parents, you mean?
Well, the truth is, I do not trust the Wazir or his plans for Cosima.
And they don't trust me either for some reason.
The crown is court clown, his clown. But it is more to keep my ear to the ground than out of loyalty. I wish I knew what the princess thinks these days. If only I could find Sing Sing, Cosima's pet nightingale. I might be able to send the princess a message. As it is, I must wait for the end of her seclusion.
What can you tell
I
me
need to go
about the
into
Wazir?
seclusion.
The Wazir? Now there's a dangerous subject. His name is Abdul Al-Hazred. He came to the kingdom 15 years ago. The king was fascinated by his knowledge and his fine-sounding ideas. It didn't take long for Al-Hazred.
How much you want about Jolly can
convince
tilt
the
his
king
head
to
like all the
trust him
way?
with the minor problems of daily government. You see, Caliph had a
Like
wife
upside down
and a
face.
new daughter he wanted to spend time with. Al-Hazred became Wazir.
And now?
Well, he's had his eye on Casima ever since she was a young girl.
Can't
And
look at
she
him.
is the only thing between him and the throne.
Do you think he means to harm her?
Oh, I honestly don't know. I think he'd rather keep her as wife. But whatever his plans for the princess,
If they want to do her harm, just show her me my face.
that's his way.
Perhaps he has charmed her. Perhaps she cares for him now.
The Wazir is capable of anything. And Casima must be vulnerable and lonely right now. Still,
I feel that
she
way
has
too.
always instinctively distrusted him.
Because of your face,
Casima
Joel.
has a good head on her shoulders. I'd be surprised if she's truly fallen for his words of love. Now I must return to the castle. Look, I don't want to arouse suspicion. I'll try to meet you here again later.
Thank you for the information, John.
Yeah, don't try to.
Very careful.
Don't try to arouse suspicion, Joel. That's literally impossible.
The shopkeeper doesn't look like he would enjoy a good arm wrestle or any.
God. What did we learn like anything important from that conversation?
The window, partially blocked by the shop's overflow of books, gives a rather dusty view of the street outside.
That gave me a lot to think about. Well, I think that might be a good place to end today's cast. I've suddenly find myself exhausted and full of despair